I am currently using a sad lamp as a lighting piece, so if I look very bright and not depressed, that would be why. Welcome to Vidmas, kind of. So yesterday you saw the first video, which is a fun little finals month vlog. Technically I still have one more exam, but to be quite frank, my motivation is low. Very low. Not feeling good. Which is especially bad because this exam is the one with math in it. Love that for me. So onward from that, welcome to Vidmas. Today we're going to talk about the books that I read in the month of November. So I read 10 books in the month of November, and most of them slapped, so I'm very excited to tell you about them. First off, I read The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. Yes, I am the last person on earth to read this book. I put off reading this for just ages, and I'm so glad I finally got around to it. I am ashamed to say it, but I was sure nothing could live up to The Handmaid's Tale, and I thought that the publication of this book was a money grab. I was wrong. I will say it loud and proud. I was so wrong. This book is so good. In the days that we're living in, Atwood's words are just more important than ever, and the way that she weaves together a story she wrote like 30 years ago with one that is so perfect for our modern world is nothing short of artful. Incredible. Next, I read Desolation Angels by Jack Kerouac. This one has a funny story behind it. So I was on a dating app. I met a guy. His book was Desolation Angels. He was like, oh, let's exchange books. And so because I'm me, I brought two books. I brought The Will to Change by Bell Hooks, and I brought At Home in the World by Joyce Maynard. And he brought me Desolation Angels. I read Desolation Angels. I didn't expect to enjoy it because you always hear that Jack Kerouac is like a very like red flag white boy author. And I actually loved it, and I was shocked by that. Kerouac does stream of consciousness so well. He writes lines that just knock the breath out of you. And I really thought I was gonna hate this book, and it ended up making me want to just like live my life in a totally different way. Follow up on The Boy. Nothing came of it. I returned his book. I got one of my books back. I still don't have At Home in the World back. And I've tried and tried, and at this point I've lost hope. So the moral of the story is don't give books to men you meet on the internet. Next, I read Dark Archives, a librarian's investigation into the science and history of books bound in human skin by Megan Rosenblum. This was fascinating, seriously. We're so afraid of death as a society, but it really is just the next part of life. And the way that this book explored that, and like the morality and the science involved in book binding, especially with human skin, and then the myth and ethos behind who and what does the binding of that. Fascinating. There's also a tidbit about the preservation of tattoos after death. So there's this, I can't remember if it's a company or a nonprofit, but I'll link them in the description. They will take the skin with the tattoo and they can keep it, and then you can frame it, and then you can, like, your loved one could have it after you die. And isn't that just the coolest thing ever? I mean, amazing. Super cool. I'll leave the link down below if you want to look at that. Next, I'll just lump these together. I read Kirsten on the Trail by Janet Beeler Shaw, and then I also read Meet Molly by Valerie Tripp. This was in preparation for a video I'm making later this month. Stay tuned for a tier list of the historical American Girl dolls. Yes, I said it. It is coming out. So, yeah. Molly, loved, lesbian icon. Kirsten, our cottagecore queen. We will discuss later on, but I do recommend they hold up. Next, I read You Have the Right to Remain Fat by Virgie Tovar. This said some very important things about dieting being a form of female control that I really agree with, but it was written in a way that felt very misandrist, and it just felt wrong to me. So, good content, but I don't think I appreciate the delivery as much as some other people might. Next, I read Places I've Taken My Body by Molly McCulley Brown. This is going to be one of my favorite books for the whole year. My favorite essay was Muscle Memory. I cried my eyes out. It's about what it feels like to lose mobility and having to reckon with living in a body that you don't recognize anymore. And I just sobbed and sobbed. So good. such an amazing analysis and like discussion of disability and pain. Oh God, so good. Oh. Okay, I'll just give you a little quote. We know I love my quotes. No one knew enough to warn me that the body I had then would go to myth in my mind much faster than any of the rest of it. And then I worry that because my body goes with me everywhere, it won't matter how far I travel, that I'll still just be telling its same small story over and over again, that this is all wasted on me. And that hit especially hard for me. So I especially recommend this if you have any experience with like chronic illness or disability or mobility issues, because my girl Molly killed it. Just killed it. Next, I read How to Break Up With Your Phone by Catherine Price. Stay tuned for a video later in the month about digital minimalism, which, yes, as someone who makes YouTube videos, seems a little oxymoronic, but we'll discuss. We'll see. Finally, I read Howl, Another Poem by Allen Ginsberg. Fuck. So good. I mean, everything I've ever wanted out of poetry, just so raw and evocative and just absolutely incredible. I want the entire poem, America, just tattooed on my body, the whole poem. Again, this is one that I'm pretty sure everyone else has already read, but if you haven't, it is as good as everyone says it is. Okay, so those were the 10 books I read in the month of November. Hopefully you guys are having a good December and you're looking forward to Vidmas, because I am. I'm starting to feel real good. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.